Welcome, ZASLOW Show 2.0. It is a Monday, the 13th of March. Good to have you aboard. We are a Blue Wire podcast. However you're listening to us, I love you long time. Appreciate that. Make sure you like, you rate, you comment. You do all that good stuff. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mother I say hello. And that way we get all the people on board ZASLOW Show 2.0 as we start another week, which was an action-packed weekend, including your Miami Dolphins, the talk of the NFL. Again, second straight year, they make a massive trade in free agency. Tyreek Hill last year, seemingly out of nowhere. How about this? This is this is very Miami Heat Pat Riley-esque, where all of a sudden the trade happens. You don't hear about it leading up to it. Just all of a sudden the news breaks. Dolphins are in serious talks to acquire Jalen Ramsey. And then a few minutes later, the Dolphins have acquired Jalen Ramsey. Last year, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is going to be traded to one of two teams, the Dolphins or the Jets. And then like 90 minutes later, Tyreek Hill has been traded to the Jets. That's how the Heat operate too, where you don't hear about these rumors out there. It just happens. That's the sign of a good general manager, I believe, where you don't allow the leaks. No one's talking about it in the press. And Chris Greer has done a very good job at that over the last couple of years. There aren't any kind of rumors out there. You don't have the players talking. You don't have the team talking. Agents, they're not using the media to their advantage. Just all of a sudden, Dolphins are in serious talks with the Rams to acquire Jalen Ramsey. And then a few minutes later, boom, that's the deal. It's out there. It's a done deal. That's the sign of a good general manager, to me. So the Dolphins, with a super, super exciting move over the weekend. I love it. You know we're going to talk a lot about that. So we're going to have fun on the show today. We'll recap a terrible Saturday. My goodness. Saturday was the quadruple dick punch. That's what Saturday was. The quadruple dick punch. Was it quadruple or was it triple? Was it triple dick punch? Let's see. You had the Heat lose on Saturday night to Orlando. You had the Panthers lose on Saturday night to Winnipeg. You had Inter Miami lose on Saturday night to New York City FC. That was it, because the Canes lost the day before on Friday. So, 2 weekends ago, we went 4-0 that day, including the Canes. 4-0, where they beat Pitt. This weekend, triple dick punch. Everybody knows what that is. That's when all of our teams lose. Terrible sports day here in South Florida on Saturday. So we'll talk about the Heat for sure. The Panthers are not back in action until Thursday. The Heat are actually back in action tonight. After playing one game on the road Saturday night in Orlando, Magic always give the Heat trouble. So stupid. And tonight they're back home against the Utah Jazz. We know the big news over the weekend was the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes lose on Friday. Last I saw, Norchad Omier not in a walking boot. That's a good sign. They lost him on Friday. So I went to the Heat game Friday night. I went to the Heat. Okay, let me back up for a second here. First of all, I got to let everybody know, you guys know the deal. Title sponsor of ZASLOW Show 2.0. Everything you hear on the show today, everything you hear throughout the week, that includes It's Still Real to Me, my wrestling podcast with my pal Joey Levine. If you didn't catch up on this week's episode yet, you want to hit that up before Monday Night Raw tonight. Everything ZASLOW Show 2.0 is brought to you by Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. They are the premier accident attorneys, meaning if you've been in an accident, you need to be compensated. If you have an injury, they're going to help you. Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE. That's 800-747-3733. They're out there fighting for you. Nothing for ZASLOW Show 2.0 happens without their support from day number one. They helped get this whole thing started. Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, 800-747-FREE. That's 800-747-3733. Now, I went to the Heat game Friday night. ZASLOW, my man Mike in West Palm, formerly of Mike in LA. I put out some pictures, a video from the Heat game on Friday. Killer seats. My man Eric hooked me up with his seats. Killer seats on Friday night. The Heat beat the Cavaliers after losing the Cavaliers 2 nights before that. So they went 3-3 on a very difficult 6-game homestand. So My man Mike in LA posts, hey, the ice looks really weird sitting that close. Okay. I said throughout the show on Friday, I wasn't trying to go. I was going to try. Everybody knows trying to go means I'm looking for the hookup. I wasn't trying to go to the Panthers. I was going to go to the Panthers. And so after my show ended on Friday, I was going to go online. I was going to do Ticket Ninja things. And I was going to pick up 4 tickets for my family. We were going to go to the Panther game. And right before I did that, my man Eric sent me a message. Hey, do you want my seats for the game tonight? Go, of course I want your seats. So that's, I wasn't trying to swerve anyone, but I was going to go to the Panther game. Ended up going to the Heat game. And I got to tell you, so I got to be perfectly honest with you. Maybe it'll be different when the playoffs roll around. And we're almost there. It's a month from now. But I think at least for the remainder of the season, for the time being, I think I'm breaking up with Miami-Dade Arena. I think I'm breaking up with going to Heat games right now. I love going to the Heat games. Of course, once I'm there, I love it. And it's not even the drive down there. I live in Cooper City. So the drive is, to get to 395 where you got that godforsaken one-lane exit to get onto Biscayne there. To get there from where I live, about 40 minutes. No big deal. But once you got to get to that godforsaken one-lane exit, all the construction, which they're never going to finish, it's like 30 minutes from right there into the arena. The traffic is crazy. And I got to tell you, I guess I was spoiled because for the last 13 years, I've been arriving at Heat games about 2 hours before the game. So I don't hit any of that traffic. I hit regular rush hour traffic, but I don't get the bullshit around the arena trying to get to the building. It's a disaster. And everything I'm saying right now, I'm sure you're listening, you're like, yeah, Zaslow, that's how it always is. I haven't been going to Heat games like this in 13 years, so I had no idea. It's terrible. It's terrible. And what happens is, it's not even just me that it's annoying to me as the driver. It gets my whole family in a bad mood. It's not getting off on the right foot to start the game. I don't know. If you're a father or a mother and you got kids, I think you understand what I'm saying. And you go to the Panther games, it's right here. It's so easy. In and out. It doesn't even matter if the Panther game is close. Just getting in and out of that arena, it's so easy. It's so convenient. So I think maybe for the rest of this season, I could be breaking up with going to Heat games. I love you, Heat. It's not about you. It's about downtown Miami. I don't think I could do it anymore. At least not right. I need a break. I need a break from it. So I went to 4 Heat games this year. I think I was 2-2 in those games. That's how I ended up going to the Heat game on Friday night instead of the Panther game. I wasn't trying to swerve anyone. Now, you could see if you're watching on video right now, if you're watching the podcast is most important. We got the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@ZASLOW Show. It's like a bonus. You get to watch the show if you'd like, all right? Especially for interviews. Maybe you want to watch the interviews. That's a lot of fun, too. Speaking of interviews, we're going to talk to my man, Boog Shambi is going to join the show today. How you love that? We'll do a little on the NCAA tournament. Canes, he's doing basketball for ESPN, so we'll get his thoughts on the tournament. Boog Shambi will make his ZASLOW Show 2.0 debut today. Looking forward to having my guy Boog. For those of you who maybe are ZASLOW Show 2.0 listeners, maybe you're new listeners over the last couple years, I don't know. Maybe you're a new listener because you discovered me hosting Busted Open on SiriusXM channel 156 a couple weekends ago. Welcome to the program. I love that. And maybe you don't know, I was Boog Shambi's producer, of course, going back, what are we talking, 18, 19 years ago? So we'll get Boogie on the show today. That'll be a lot of fun. So we'll talk to him a little bit about the NCAA tournament. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm some kind of expert in regards to the tournament. Come on now. So anyway, what I was going to say was, if you're watching on the YouTube channel right now, I got a little bit of the raccoon eyes. You can see I got a little bit of a sun kind of thing going on today. I was wearing a hat, so you can see I got the line right here where it cuts off where my hat was. And then you see the eyes here because I was wearing sunglasses. Big soccer days, Saturday and especially yesterday, Sunday, for my older son. Western Select U14 boys won both games this weekend. They were regular season games. So now, first place in their league right now. 3-0-4. 3 wins, no losses, 4 draws. 3-0-4. They got a couple wins this weekend. Excellent job. A thriller yesterday that we won in Boynton Beach. Boynton Beach is far. We're driving up there to take an out, driving up there to get 3 points. So, great weekend. A win on Saturday at home, a win on Sunday in Boynton Beach, and away we go. So, first place, congrats to those boys. Had a great time yesterday. They picked my son's the goalie. Everybody knows he's the goalkeeper. They picked my son up yesterday because he did not have the best game. And a last-minute victory yesterday, 3-2, they won against a pretty good Boynton club. So, congrats to those guys. But I was out there in the sun, so that's why I see I got a little bit of the raccoon eyes. No making fun. No one's allowed to make fun. Also, shout out to my boy Jordan. Yesterday, JCC, they won yesterday, their 5th consecutive game, JCC Rec Ball. So they're creeping toward the first place spot, 5-2. Happy for those kids. Happy for my son Jordan. He's been working really hard, and he had a really good game yesterday. Happy for him. So there you go. So that's what I had going on over the weekend. Again, before we get to Dolphins, we're going to do lots of Dolphins, I assure you. So last night, you know, me and my son, especially, we go to the movies a lot, the ZASLOWs. With my younger son, we see the animated films, and we see the Marvel or DC films. For instance, coming up this Thursday, we're going to see Shazam. All right, that's coming out. We see him before it's the wide release on Friday. So we're going on Thursday. Me and my son Jordan, we're going to see Shazam. My older son Corey, he loves the horror/thrillers. We go to those. And movies like yesterday that we went and saw Creed 3. Yes, we went and saw Creed 3 yesterday. It's the first one without Rocky. First one without Sylvester Stallone. That's his name in real life. Rocky is the character. His name in real life is Sylvester Stallone. And we went and saw Creed 3 yesterday. And let me tell you something. This movie is excellent. Excellent movie. I loved it. And you know what's something that they do with the Creed movies? And I'm not going to give this away. I'm not going to give away any kind of spoilers or anything. But something that I do love about the Creed movies, the villain, and this is actually very similar to Michael B. Jordan when he played the villain in Black Panther, Killmonger. Great villain. And you know what makes a great villain? When their goals, villains are usually goal-oriented, and when you hear their goals, you're like, yeah, I don't know, that kind of makes a lot of sense. Now, they're doing it in a nefarious way, but Michael B. Jordan, Killmonger in Black Panther, you hear his story, it's like, yeah, I kind of see his point. That's a great villain. And they do that in this movie, in Creed 3. Of course, Jonathan Majors, who plays Kang the Conqueror in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, he's the big bad for the next several movies going forward. He plays the, I guess, villain, plays the guy that Michael B. Jordan and Creed, Adonis Creed, is going to fight in this movie. And this Jonathan Majors is a big star. He just a phenomenal actor. He's a big star now. And his villain, his character, is like that as well, where you see his point of view. And I would say back to Creed 2, where it's, oh, he's fighting Drago. He's fighting Drago's kid. By the end of the movie, obviously, you know, Adonis Creed beats Drago's kid. By the end of the movie, you're like, yeah, I kind of see where the Drago kid is coming from. Because the Drago kid, he's not bad. He at first, the beginning, we're like, oh, he's so bad. He's Drago's kid. But by the end of the movie, he's not really a villain. You know, I kind of see where he's coming from. And that's one of the things about these Creed movies, and specifically in Creed 2 and Creed 3, that I really dig. And I felt that way at the end of this movie, where, you know, the character Jonathan Majors plays for Diamond Damian Anderson. Great name. And I'm like, I had sympathy for him. I was like, man, I get it. I get where he's coming from, you know, from all my time in prison. No, but I get it. I get where he's coming from. And so I really dig that about the Creed movies. I think they do a great job making the villain or the character he's fighting, to make him relatable. And I can't recommend the movie enough. It is an excellent, excellent movie. And it's getting very high scores on Rotten Tomatoes. So there you have it. That's what I did this weekend. lots of soccer. Went to the Heat game Friday. Saw Creed 3. Had the triple dick punch on Saturday with our teams. And I didn't even get to the Oscars. We'll get to a little bit of that in Big Deal, not a big deal. But that's what I had going on this weekend.